Sri Guru Charana Kamalebhyo Namaha. Sri Shukadeva Goswami says to King Parikshit, "O Parikshit, I have narrated to you about Ilavrata Varsa. Ilavrata Varsa is the center of the lotus world. World of the lotus, center is 7 islands, center is Jambudvipa, and center of it is Ilavrata Varsa. I have told you this. The south of Ilavrata Varsa are 3 huge mountains. Their names are Nisadha, Hemakuta, and Himalaya. These 3 huge mountains are 10,000 yojanas high, means 80,000 miles high, each mountain, 80,000 miles high. And they spread their parameters from east to west. Besides this, O king, east of Ilavrata Varsa is a Malyavan mountain. It is 16,000 miles high, I mean 2,000 yojanas high. And the west of Ilavrata Varsa is Gandhamadana Hill, which is 16,000 miles high, meaning 2,000 yojanas high. They extend from south to north, these 2 mountains. Thus, the parameters of Ilavrata Varsa is defined. The scriptures are written by the Supreme God, Lord Sri Kṛṣṇa, who appeared in the form of Vyasadeva. He wrote all the scriptures. And all these sizes of the land and mountains and oceans and trees, everything is written by Vyasa Maharshi in the scriptures. Scriptures were written before this age began, before Kali Yuga. God created this universe, and God knows everything in his creation because he created, he knows. Whatever height, length, width is mentioned in the scriptures are written by God, and it is wise for us to accept them as truth, exactly truth, because it's God's creation and God knows everything. Real knowledge comes from God, and God wrote that knowledge in the scriptures, Vedic scriptures. If you read them, you will become knowledgeable, a wise person. Sri Shukadeva Goswami further says, in the center of Ilavrata Varsa, exactly in the center, there is a Mount Sumeru made of gold that is 800 million miles high, as high, look, and made out of real solid gold. In the 4 directions, 4 sides of this Mount Sumeru are Mount Mandara, Mount Meru Mandara, Mount Suparshva, Mount Kumuda. And these mountains are 10,000 yojanas high each. Each of them means 80,000 miles high. Not small hills. They're like belt of Mount Sumeru. They look like belt because this is 800 million miles and these are 80,000 miles high. So like that. So when sun rises in each side, because it circumvallates the mountain, Mount Sumeru. So each side goes the glittering of Mount Sumeru's gold seems as if it is reddish orange color, like a flame of a lamp, beautiful glittering. These four mountains also have its summit on top, which is as 80,000 miles like that. Summit on top. Upon these four mountains, there are mango trees and purple apple trees and kadamba trees and banyan trees, respectively. It means Mount Mandara has a mango tree, which has beautiful sweet mangoes, and this mango tree is 8,800 miles high. Meru Mandara has a purple apple tree called Jamun in Hindi. Jamun tree, Jambu in Sanskrit. A purple apple. Inside is purple color. Pulp. It has no seeds. And that is also 8,800 miles high. And then Suparso mountain has Kadamba tree. It's a round, beautiful, fragrant, full flower. Wonderful fragrance. That is also 8,800 miles high. And Kumuda mountain has a banyan tree that is also 8,800 miles high. The tree trunk, the trunk of the tree is 80 miles in radius. The tree trunks of each tree. The branches extend 8,800 miles in radius. Imagine how big the trees must be. That's why it is stated in Bhāgavatam by Sukadeva Goswami that these trees seem to be the flags of these big mountains. Because mountains are 80,000 miles high and these trees are 8,800 miles high, 1,100 yojanas. They're high. So they look like, they seem like flags of those mountains. Sukadeva Goswami further says, O king, nearby these big trees, huge trees, there are 4 lakes. Each have 1 lake each. Means a mango tree's lake is milk lake. Lake of crystal clear milk, white lake. Near the purple apple tree is a honey lake, lake of honey. My God. And Kadamba tree, situated in Suparsa mountain. Near that tree, Kadamba tree, there is a sugar cane juice lake. Must be very pleasurable. And nearby the banyan tree, there is a crystal clear sweet water lake. These 4 lakes situated on top, on the summit of these 4 hills, 4 big hills, huge hills. These lakes are used by Yakshas and Kinnaras. Yakshasa and Kinnara. Bitteso Yaksharaksha. Kuvera comes there. These are semi-demigods, all of them. They enjoy in these lakes and they receive perfection for gymnastic and disappearance, etc. They disappear once in a while. These nearby, these trees, the other side, this side is lake, that side. There are 4 forests, gardens, beautiful gardens. There are Nandanavana, Chaitrarathavana, Baibrajatavana, and Sarvato Bhadravana. In Jyotish Shastra, astrology, Sarvato Bhadra Mandala is stated. We are not talking about that. This is Sarvato Bhadravana. Means Mount Mandar has Nandanavana, in which King Indra enjoys with his wife and Apsaras and like that. Then Meru Mandara has Chaitraratha mountain where Kuvera goes. All big, great demigods enjoy these in the forests. Suparsa mountain, which is Kadamba tree, has Baibrajatavana, where Kuvera comes to enjoy. When Kumuda mountain has Sarvato Bhadra Vana, where Vayu Devata comes and enjoys, like that. All these, when they come with their wives to enjoy in those gardens, beautiful gardens, the Gandharvas and Kinnaras come there. They play music and dance. So they can enjoy those gardens. Those gardens are not meant for human beings like that. They are only meant for demigods, big, huge demigods, not small ones. Small ones cannot go there. Big ones, leaders like that. These Gandharvas sing their glories and Kinnaras play music and dance like that. The mango tree situated in Mount Mandarachala hill bears very big mountains as big as a peak of a hill. Big mangoes and seedless. It is full of pulp and fragrant full pulp. Huge mangoes as big as a mountain peak. And enjoyed by the demigods. Demigods eat it because Indra is in charge of Nandanavana, and there is this mango tree, a big one, and a big mango. How many mangoes they can eat? They eat. And whatever they cannot eat, will stay there, and they fall on the ground and burst. From there, juice comes flowing down. Nectarine mangoes, very tasty. Oh, water comes from the mouth. So nice mango. You can read, and if you eat, don't know what happens. I eat mangoes in India. Very nice, tasty mangoes. No explanation. Rashalayam muhuraho rasika bhuvi bhavaka. In Sanskrit, mango is called amra or rashalaya. Like that. They fall on the ground and come down to Ilavartavarsha as a river called Arunoda River. Arunoda River, and it flows with reddish orange color, carrying this mango juice, and irrigates eastern part of Ilavartavarsha. The maid servants of Parvati, goddess Durga, they drink Arunoda water. And from their mouth and from their body, exudes fragrance, and it goes to till 80 miles, carried by air, and fragrance goes to 80 miles. Merumandara hill has a purple apple tree called jambu tree. It is also seedless, purple color, like a beetroot, something like that. That color, purple color. I cannot explain. Purple is purple. And they fall. They fall on the ground and burst open. They turn into a river and flows to Ilavratavarsa, called Jambu River. This Jambu River irrigates southern part of Ilavratavarsa. The banks, this purple color juice flows, and the banks, by the help of the sun, some reaction takes place, and gold is found, immense gold, and used by demigods to make their own ornaments. The Suparsha mountain has Kadamba tree, and it has some cavities in the Kadamba tree. Kadamba flower is so fragrantful, there is no mention. Jasmine has different, but it's not that much fragrance. We have in our ashram Kadamba trees. Those trees bear flowers in season, spring season. You can smell those. You get mesmerized. Lord Kṛṣṇa takes those flowers, our Lord Govinda, in our red stone temple in Vrindavan, and comes out in the afternoon, those flowers, whole morning they put flowers, afternoon comes out those flowers, we get them so fragrant. So it has cavity, the tree has its cavities, hollows. From there comes out nectar, honey. And it is from this tip of the middle finger to tip of this middle finger. There are 5 holes in 5 directions of the tree. These are 80 miles radius trunks. And from this middle finger tip to this middle finger tip, about 5.5, 6 feet maybe, that wide, and then 5 times, means 31 feet, 32 feet wide. 5 streams fall, stream comes out, and they unite little later and flow down to Ilavratavarsa. And irrigate the western side direction of Ilavratavarsa land. Those who drink this water, the liquid from those rivers, their mouth and body carries beautiful fragrance from their bodies, which goes to 800 miles. Just imagine. If you perform devotional service, surely you possibly go in there and enjoy. But better to go and enjoy in this spiritual world, because Ilavratavarsa also has birth, death, old age, and disease. If you want to become free from old age and disease, birth and death, you got to take to spiritual life wholeheartedly and break not until you reach back to Godhead. Then there is Kumuda mountain, Mount Kumuda. upon which the huge banyan tree that is also 16,000 miles high. It has dropping down roots, and they form rivers, and they drop down. Banyan tree has by nature roots also drop down. Adashodham prasuta tasya sakha, Bhagavad Gita. These become one river, and it flows towards the north of Ilavartvarsa and irrigates its land. Quality of this river is that those who live on the banks of this river in the north of northern part of Ilavartvarsa, they get everything from that river. Whatever is required, their clothes, their ornament, their medicine, their food, their bedding, everything they get. Anything they require, they go to the river, pick it up and come back. I remember this happened in Vrindavan about a few hundred years ago. One sadhu made a big bhandara, means feeding. All Vrindavan, Mathura, everybody, Brajabhumi, everybody comes and eats there. He wanted to feed. So at night time, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, at midnight, because cooking goes on 24 hours a day, different batches come and cook. Ghee exhausted. There is no more ghee. And market is all closed. All the shops, there is no shop. And ghee is required because everybody will come tomorrow morning. Morning people will start sitting there eating. We have to have sufficient food. So malpuras were cooked. So they reached the Swāmīji. Swāmīji, ghee exhausted. He was very angry. Why you did not tell me when the shops were open? You should have told me. So says, I'm sorry, we did not remember because we were so busy. We did not see the storehouse. Thus, we need ghee. We cannot talk and your anger cannot work. We need ghee because people will come tomorrow to eat. So Swāmī said, okay, you got how many cans? Empty cans, ghee cans. He said, 100. So he said, take those 100 tins to Yamuna river and fill it up and bring it. So these people, they need ghee to cook. So they are desperate, have no rules. They took the empty containers of ghee containers, tins, and dipped in Yamuna, brought Yamuna water. Swāmī said, okay, cook malpuras. And they used it in the place of ghee. River water, Yamuna river water. This happened with me too. Maybe 400 or 500 these stone cutters are working. Overtime, 4 hours means 8 hours on duty, 4 hours overtime charge we pay. So they work for 12 hours a day. Money exhausted. Money on the labor had to be paid. They work on daily basis. They have to be paid. And Sarvatma, my engineer, came to me. He's in charge of the construction. He said, Swāmīji, there is no enough money in the bank. I said, oh, rascal, why you did not tell me a week ago? You should have told me. Where can I arrange right now? I scratch my head. And people, no scratching head will work. People have to be paid in a few hours. No money. They have to be paid. It happened with me. I am the person. It happened. The person, Sarvatma, is still existing. The labor is not dead. I'm sure at least many of them are still alive. I went in my room and prayed to Kṛṣṇa. Oh, Kṛṣṇa, please help at present. I'm not that Swāmī who will tell his men to go to Yamuna and fill up the tins and use Yamuna water in place of ghee and get this thing done. Says, oh Kṛṣṇa, please help. Oh, my spiritual master, I have dedicated my life to you honestly, thoroughly. I am yours. You know that. Please help me at this time. Suddenly, 5 million rupees came. Suddenly, it dropped down. Everybody was paid and carried on working every day. 5 million people, money lasts, 5, 7 days, 1 week maybe, and by that time I arranged more money. So this Swāmī, when daytime came, he told Swāmī to his in charge, go and buy 100 tins of ghee right now from the shop. So they got 100 tins of real ghee and told them, open them up. Opened, and then go and dump in Yamuna. They had to dump ghee in Yamuna. Means Yamuna Devi supplied him 100 tins of ghee from her water. But my spiritual master supplied money for me. I did not pay him back. I don't know how to pay him back. I only gave my heart, my mind, my intelligence, my ego, everything I offered to my guru at the time of initiation. Since then, I'm his. I love him more than I love Lord Kṛṣṇa, for sure, honestly. Everything they receive, those who live in northern part of Varsha, they get everything from those rivers. That is true. They drink that water so they don't get old, their hairs don't grow gray, they don't have wrinkles. They enjoy their life freely. They don't get sick. They don't have any anxiety. They don't lament in any way. No bad odor comes from their body, only fragrance comes from their body, like that. Sukadeva Goswami further says to King Parikshit, O king, the 4 directions of Meru hill, so Mount Sumeru, there are Pavana, Pariyatra, Karavira, Trishranga, and Makara. These 5 hills are there. What are those? Jatara, Pavana, Jatara is situated in east. West is Pavana. Jatara Devakuta, 2 hills on the east, and Pavana and Pariyatra, 2 hills in the west. Trishranga and Makara, these 2 hills in the north. These hills, when sun rises on Mount Sumeru from one direction to another direction, it glitters like anything. On top of Mount Sumeru, in the summit, Mount Sumeru is an abode of Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma's city is situated. That is golden Suvarnamaya city of Lord Brahma. It's called Puri. This is a square in 4 directions. And it is 80 million miles in circumference. Borders, 4 square, but if you go from this, 80 million miles, means 2 million miles in each side. And below that are the governors of 8 directions. They live there. And their cities are 1/4 in size of Lord Brahma. 1/4 in the size of Lord Brahma's city. In this way, Sukadeva Goswami explained the sizes and situations of Lord Brahma and leading demigods and their behaviors, their activities, and situation of Mount Sumeru, which is in the center of Ilavrata Barasa. Thank you very much.